Uh, Hello there, everybody. How's it going? This is Dice back again, and man, it's been a while since I got to stream. Get some music going on in the background here. Man, so my town got hit by a storm with nearly tornado level winds, and that really screwed things up. Especially when it was a long weekend for me. Finally got like 5 days off work. Actually 6, because the storm hit the night of the last day at work. But then, well, the storm knocked out the power. And it didn't come on until like 3 days later. So from Thursday evening to Sunday morning, I didn't have any electricity in the house. Oh, that was fun. And even after that, I didn't get internet back on until the night of the 4th. Very late. So that was a completely wasted time. But anyways, we're gonna be doing some Crytures art today. And so before we do that, I first want to open some Keyforge on stream, because I haven't done that for a while. So let's see. Let me get my things in order here. I've got 3 monitors, and it's not enough, let me tell you. Let's see. We're gonna move us down here where I belong. Let's see if this works. Okay. We don't need that right now. We'll get rid of that. We got the webcam. Oh! Hold on. I screwed something up. I forgot something. I'll be right back. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Y'all didn't see anything. Nothing. Okay? You got that? You understand me? But anyways. Keyforge! We're gonna be doing some Keyforge here. Let's see. I should have the other chats visible. What am I doing? Alright, now I can see. We got some Keyforge here. I haven't opened Keyforge since the Keyforge opening stream, where I opened 3 of them. But I got a whole box. Keyforge decks. Then I got another box of Keyforge decks. And I still have a 3rd box of Keyforge decks from before the Kickstarter that I have not fully opened yet. I opened like 2 on a different stream. So we're gonna be opening some Keyforge a bit more often now that my arm is a little bit beyond just the prototype phase, so we can actually do some of this. So let's see. It's a little janky sometimes, but it functions. So let's get this open. And we'll see exactly what this whole Keyforge set is dealing with. Let's see. I've decided. I made up my mind. I wasn't sure about it before whether I liked these types of packs for the Keyforge decks, but I have decided after a little bit of experience and basically right after the stream when I opened some of them that they are inferior to the boxes. Namely because once you have the deck open and unwrapped, you don't have anything to put it in. You just got this. With the boxes, you had a box. That's a negative thing. That's bad. So, Ghost Galaxy, get the boxes back. I need something to put my deck in. You want me to just leave it around loose? What if I lose a card? Come on, man. But anyways, who do we have here? What does that say? Sultan I Vibo. Okie dokie. Let's see, he's got Brobnar, Saurians, and whatever that other thing is. I'm sure it'll say on the other side. Equidon, whatever the hell that is. But anyways, get this thing open. Now, the wrapping comes off real easy. I don't remember that. Probably a good thing. So we're gonna take the deck list out of here because it's got a QC code on it, and we don't want people to see that on stream. So what do we have here? All right. So there's our token creature right here. We've got a Saurian token. So let's take a look at this. After fight / after reap, exalt trooper. Okay, that's pretty basic. He's got 5 power, so that's pretty beefy for a token, I suppose. That's interesting. Of course, Saurian has a lot of beefy creatures in general, it seems. I played some Keyforge with my cousin over Independence Day, because I also brought Domain and Creatures, but nobody wanted to play Creatures. At least not enough people to get a game together. That's always nice. People always be wondering why I don't get involved in like playing games and stuff with other people, and it's like, well, nobody plays my games. What do you want me to do about it? But anyways, let's get on with this. Next up, we got Praetor Marius. So that boy, Praetor Marius. He's got 5 power. After reap, for each exhausted creature to Praetor Marius' left, capture 1 amber. There we go. Yes. Placement matters in Keyforge, so let's see. For each exhausted creature to Praetor Marius' left, capture 1. So he's a guy you're gonna want to use at the end of your turn and put him on this side of the play area, on this flank. So that's the thing where you can just bam out a bunch of tokens with this guy on the other end and like use them all. And that's going to be good because we have Saurian tokens. So we can use all our tokens in the same turn that we use him. So we can just and then use him and capture all the ambers. Too bad it doesn't generate amber. That's a sad. Let's see. It's weaker than could be. Let's see. Phalanx strike. Choose a creature. Deal 1 damage to it for each friendly creature. You may exalt the friendly creature to repeat the preceding effect. Okay, I've seen this. I have 1 or 2 of these in my other deck with Saurians. It gives you a amber. Actually, I'm guessing that's capture an amber. I'm not familiar with that icon right there, but I'm guessing the amber with the thing around it is a captured amber. So that's interesting. Also, that's added in from another card in here somewhere. Let's see. Pale into insignificance. Let's see. Destroy each creature with the lowest power. Okay, that's good against weaker tokens. Our tokens are pretty beefy though, so not likely to hit ours. Also gives you an amber there. Nice. Little reward for playing the thing. There we go. Grammaticus Thrax. This is the guy who's responsible for that icon on the other one. That icon, let's see. This one here. See how it's got like a different base color than the one before it? That's because it is not normally on there. It's been added by this guy's enhance ability. So he's got an ability that basically adds amber and other such icons to other cards in your deck. So those will be unique versions of those. Anyways, let's see. He's got 2 capture and then 1 damage as an enhance and 5 power. So he's fairly beefy. Beware the Ides. Let's see. Whoops. Dang. Deal 23 to a creature in the center of its controller's battle line. That's very limited in use, but I guess if you've got an even number, or the opponent's got an even number, then that you would get to pick which one. It says a creature. And gives you a little amber there. So at least there's always going to be some use for this, unless you just have no creatures in your opponent's field. Because, well, there's always going to be a center. A lot of the time, you'll find cards that have very specific, what is the word I'm looking for? Very specific restrictions that kind of make it useless in a lot of situations. Ballistego, let's see, 5 power, and when you play him, you may exalt Ballistego. Well, it has amber on it, it gains splash attack 3. Ooh. So pretty much you can just decide that he has splash attack 3 because you get to exalt him right away. And exalt just means you get to put an amber on him. And of course, it's kind of a drawback because when your opponent destroys one of your guys with amber on it, they get the amber. And of course, since we're talking Keyforge, I forget. Not everybody knows how Keyforge works. The goal of Keyforge is to forge 3 keys. And you do that by getting 6 amber for a key. Then you forge a key at the beginning of your turn. First 1 to 3 keys is the winner immediately. So you're going to want to collect a bunch of amber. That's why these icons on the side here are good, because those give you amber for playing the card. And really, the power of the creatures is only useful if you want to like kill your opponent's creatures. You don't really use it to win the game. It's more of a control element. Anyways, we got another Ballistego. Okay, he's a common one. You can see that circle by the number there. That's the common symbol. So not a surprise that we get 2 of them. Let's see. Tribune Pompidus. 4 power. Each friendly creature gets +2 power for each amber on it. Ooh. And before he fights, you can exalt him. So he'll get +2 power. That's nice. I can make all your guys pretty beefy with as much exalting as goes on. Even your tokens can exalt. Let's see. Regrettable Meteor. Oh, poor dinosaurs. Let's see. Destroy each dinosaur creature and each creature with power 6 or higher. Well, that doesn't seem like a very good card for Saurians. does give you an amber, but everything in this house is a dinosaur. That's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That is a board wipe for you primarily. Not so sure if that's such a great card. It's an uncommon, it looks like. Anyways, on to the next one. We got Focus. Inspiring Oration. Gives you an amber there, and when you play it, you exalt a friendly creature. Make a token creature for each amber on that creature. Ooh. You can make lots of tokens out of this guy. And in Keyforge, by the way, tokens, you have your one token in the deck that shows you what all of your tokens are supposed to look like. But whenever you make a token, you actually take the top card of your deck, place it face down. As you can see, the card backs have your avatar and all your houses and your token on the back of them, so as to not allow mixing and matching between decks. Neat little game. That's why I like it. Why I bought 3 boxes of it that I haven't gotten to yet. I'll get to them. I'm getting through them. Anyways, Parador Drusilla. What have we got? Okay, 4 power, destroy another friendly creature when you play it. Oh, what a drawback. And it says, while there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, Drusilla gets splash attack 4. Okay, so that's pretty big, but it has to be outnumbered in order for it to actually activate. It's got 3 armor though. I keep forgetting to look at that, but that's a lot of armor. That's a pretty beefy amount of armor. Armor comes back like on a turn-by-turn basis. So you'll have to deal more than 3 damage to him to deal any damage to his actual power. And then the next turn, all his armor comes back online. And you have to do it all over again. So he's pretty tough. And last one for the Saurians. Hoplites Dory. It's got a damage bonus and an amber bonus that says this creature gets +2 power for each exhausted creature to its left. Again with the to the left thing. That is a direct combo with this other guy though. For each exhausted creature to his left, he captures 1 amber when he reaps. And he gets +2 power for each exhausted creature to his left. But those are kind of exclusionary. If you're reaping, you're not fighting. So maybe not the best combo. Also, once they refresh, you're not going to get that bonus. So Hoplite Story, maybe not as cool as I had first imagined, but I can see some use for it, especially if you want to just shove some massive damage on somebody in one turn. Anyways, looking at the deck list here. Surprisingly light on rares in this deck. Okay, well anyways. There we go. Let's look. This is the new one. This is like the brand new house that they put in. The Equidon, the weirdos, these guys are some weird things. I mean, I think that's one of them on the packaging. Weirdo looking things, aren't they? I think they're supposed to be like merchants or something. Let's see. The Old Tinker. Alright, come on, focus in. Let's see, he's got 3 power and he's elusive. Let's see, the first time, yeah, I know what elusive does. It makes him difficult to kill. And after Reap, you can discard a card from your hand to draw a card. I cannot tell what's going on with the art, honestly. Let me get a better look at this. Okay, I think I kind of see what's happening. Looks like the guy's kind of leaning forward with his hand on his head on his hand, something like that. Hard to tell. These things are freaking weird. But anyways, he helps you cycle through your hand. Okay, this guy looks a little more understandable in his physical appearance. Shrewd investor. Let's see. He's elusive too. He's got 4 power, and let's see. When you play, you may have your opponent gain 1 amber. If you do, capture 4. That's interesting. So, I presume it's captured by him. I'm assuming that. And he's got 4 powers, so he's not a total wimp. So he might be able to. Oh, and he's elusive. Okay, this guy could be annoying. Like, he's got the drawback that, yeah, you can get more amber out of him even if he steals some from you. But he's kind of tough to kill between the elusive and the 4 power. I can see that guy being useful, especially just to stop a key until you can get a more permanent solution. Ornate talking tray. Let's see, we got an artifact here. Gives you an amber when you play it there. And let's see. Destroy ornate talking tray and make a creature token. Okay, so it just generates 1 token. I think Omni. I'm not sure if Omni means you can play it regardless of whichever house you're using, or if it has to be the last one. I think that's Omega. Yeah. So Omni, that means you can use this even when you're playing a different house. So that's makes a token. That's about it. Mass buyout. Okay. Let's see. Destroy each creature. Each player gains amber equal to half the number of creatures they control that were destroyed this way. Okay. So you could actually play this to your advantage to kind of get your final key over the finish line or something. Especially if you got more creatures out there, but not generating enough amber. We got higher on. Make a token creature if there is a combined total of 6 or more amber between both players or pools, you may archive higher on. Okay, archive. So archive just means just basically set it aside, and then later on you can pick up your entire archive and put it in your hand. So it's just like, well, saving it for later. And of course, you get to refill your hand at the end of each turn. So you're gonna have to play out those cards, otherwise you don't get to draw anything new. So there's a little bit of a drawback to it, but archives can be useful. General Za or Ha. Okay. Let's see, he's got 4 power and skirmish. Skirmish is kind of the opposite of elusive. It protects him when he is on the attack rather than on the defense. Let's see. When you play him, for each forge key your opponent has, make a token creature. Ooh. Well, that's a maximum of 2. You're only getting 2 tokens out of this guy. But that can be alright, I guess. You're definitely gonna come out ahead. It's better than nothing. But it sounds like it could be really good when at most you're getting 2 tokens. Because once the third one comes out, once that third key hits the board, it's over. You already lost. Like literally, game over. No more play. No more hands. No more turns. No more cards to play. It's over. We got 3 of them. We got 3 of these guys. So we can maybe get 6 tokens out of them. I've seen better token generators. Forced retirement? Okay, what do we got here? Destroy a creature. If you do, its controller gains 1 amber. Okay. Pretty reasonable card. Let's see. What is this? Oh, Thorsa Recruiter. Oh, Thorsa Recruiter. Let's see. Ooh. Now hold on. I'm having a hard time focusing, but if I'm reading this right. There we go. After Reap, make a token creature. That's pretty good. Yeah. That's a good token generator right there. You can reap every turn with him, as long as you're playing his house. And you get a token every single time. Every time you reap. And amber for the reap. That's pretty brutal. You can keep him out. He doesn't have any kind of evasion though. No skirmish, no elusive or anything. He's basically a sitting duck. But he does have 4 power, so he's you're probably gonna have to trade at least one guy for him. Let's see, auction off. We got some amber bonus, and it says play Purge an artifact. Its controller gains 1 amber. Okay, so that's kind of the theme of these guys is trading amber for things, it seems. Because that's almost exactly like forced retirement over here. But it's a purge, so that's better. It takes it out of the game entirely. What we got here? Talent Scout? This is a rare. One of the only 2 rares in the deck I see. Let's see, he's got... Gives you an amber when you play him. He's got 2 powers, so he's kind of a wimp. Let's see what he does. If I can focus there. Talent Scout may be used as long as if it belonged to the active house. Okay. And let's see. Look at your opponent's hand and play a creature from it as if it were yours. Your opponent takes control of Talent Scout. Ah, okay. So you can just straight up steal your opponent's creatures with Talent Scout. And that's why he can be used regardless of house, because otherwise you just lock your opponent into something he can't use at all. And you get all upside. Anyway, Shock Herder. We're at the Brobnar now. So these are cards that I probably have seen more of. Let's see, we got 3 power. He's Goblin with Deploy, so he can go anywhere in the battle line. He doesn't have to go on one of the flanks. And when you play him, Radiant Fight with a neighboring creature. I think I've got this guy in one of the other decks I opened, because that effect sounds familiar. Ragnarok Prep, that's another one I've seen. Let's see, make a token creature, then if you control more creatures than your opponent loses 2 amber. Okay, so more token generation, that's always nice. Especially in a deck with a pretty beefy token creature. Anyways, Jarl Spin. Let's see. What is this guy? He sounds kind of familiar. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Jarl Spin, make a token creature. Jarl Spin must survive the fight. Okay. So I guess that couldn't be an after fight because of the requirement that he killed the thing. Anyways, we got 2 of them. They're just a common though. It's kind of weird that they have like these cards that are clearly like named as a character, but then they're not like unique. You get multiples of them in a deck, so they can be all out at the same time. Like this one, Frog the Clumsy. Another common, 7 power. Let's see, splash attack 2. Ah, well, I was thinking there'd be a drawback, but there's not really a drawback. He's just a strong creature. I guess Jarl's Finn is pretty beefy too. These Brobnar guys are like built. Anyways, we got second Krog. Brick Nasty. I remember you. I used this guy when I was playing on the 4th. Let's see. Come on. After another friendly creature fights, gain 1 amber. Friendly Brobnar creature, okay. So that's kind of going to be at odds with the tokens. Because the tokens are Saurians and not Brobnar. But yeah, we'll probably have plenty of Brobnar creatures in this deck no matter what. As you can see, we got a second Brick Nasty. We got a third Brick Nasty. 3 Brick Nasties. That's a pretty good one. I do like me some Brick Nasty. What have we got here? Broken Axe Outpost. Okay. Ooh, we got the final one with the Exalt there. So we got a little Capture Amber plus a Amber Generation. Let's see, in action there, put a friendly creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, deal 6 damage to an enemy creature. Okay. So it's a way for you to trade creatures reliably. 6 damage is pretty hefty. And it bypasses evasiveness and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about guys like that other one that we had earlier that was evasive and captured your amber. So it was hard to kill. But this is the way to just take him out and trade a creature for him. But of course, it's an action. It's Brobnar. You gotta be playing Brobnar to use it. And we got Brawl In. Let's see. Okay, hold up. Focus. There we go. Make 2 token creatures and enrage them. What the heck is enraged though? That is the question. Ah, yes. On the back of the token creatures, they have been putting keyword descriptions. Enrage, okay, there it is. When a creature is enraged, place an enrage counter on it. It must fight when used if able. After it fights, remove its enrage counter. Okay, does that mean it fights in addition to whatever other action it was used for? Because it seems like it'd be a replacement thing. So it has to fight if you're going to use it, is how I would read that. Kind of weird wording on that. Anyways, 2 token creatures for 1 card. Not bad. Especially with beefy tokens. Anyways. Oh, hold on. Ah, I dropped the token on the floor. I'll put him over here. We got the last one here. Last card of the deck. Let's see. Another rare. Alright. This is the last rare. We only had 2 in this deck. Let's see. We get an amber for it, and at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to a friendly creature and 1 damage to an enemy creature. And it's an artifact. Okay, so it stays in play, and this just happens every turn. The floor is lava, it says. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't have much to say about that one. There's not a whole lot you can do to game it other than having bigger creatures. And armor. Armor would be helpful. You know, I wonder if armor comes back every turn or only on your turn. I would assume every turn. It must. Otherwise, if you fight something with your guy and then get attacked later, you know, you'd have to like keep that in mind. It'd be way too much stuff to think about, you know. So anyways, there we go. that's it for the Keyforge opening there. We'll get on to the art here in a second. Just wanted to do this to open things up, and I haven't had a chance to do it because my power's been out last time we did this. And I wanted to get more Keyforge done, so here we go. We'll probably do more like this to start off a stream in the future. Now that I've got the hand fixed up and my webcam ready to go. So anyways, there we have it. Sultan El Vivo. There he is, in all his glory. He's look at that boy, he's got a weird body. Some kind of jellyfish with a head. I wonder, you know what, it might be fun to take these silhouettes that they've generated and like try to make an actual like detailed rendering of that creature. That might be a fun art challenge for me sometime. I might try to do that. If I remember. And if I have time. I got too much time. Not enough time. Too much stuff to do. Not enough time. That's what we have. So yeah, let's put this aside. I guess, well, let's put the Archon on top. So we have a clear delineation where that is, and we'll just slide it back in there. Because we don't have a box. Ghost Galaxy? Ghost Galaxy? Box, maybe? Bring back the boxes? Not too keen about this. Anyways. Hold up. I'm gonna... Give me a second here. We'll just close this webcam first. There, you can see what we're working on. I'll have to rearrange some things on my desktop because everything is set up wrong. Then we can start drawing. And move my microphone a bit. And move my keyboard and everything else. Alright. Alright, we need to move this over here. Okay, hold up. I need... There we go. All right. We are situated properly, I think. Maybe I'm a little too big. Here we go. Alrighty. And by the way, I have, since I've got so much work to do, I've actually put out on my social medias that I need an art assistant, and offered to pay. I got a few bites, so we should be having more help come in pretty soon. Told them I'll figure something out by Monday and decide who I want it to be. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a while since I actually did this drawing. It's been just sitting there for a long time. So, let's see. I think we just need to merge all of these things except for the faces. We're not going to merge the faces. I like to keep the faces separate because they might need to be moved around on the head, and it's just easier to do if they're not all in the same layer. So, merging all these all in the same layer there. Oh crap. I got one of them, one of the faces. There we go. Because look at this, I can already see Levi here ain't got his face in the right place. That eye should be down here. And his eyebrow should probably be a little bit different. Like so. In fact, his eyes in general should probably be more on the front of his head. I think the others are okay. Chloe is looking a little asymmetrical. Let's see. There we go. We're gonna take her layers and move them over just a tad. So what we have here is a few conjurers going out on an expedition. We don't have any creatures in here. That's kind of a thing I forgot to do. I should have put a creature in here because it is the game. But yeah, these guys are emerging from something called a wayward bloom, which is basically like a teleportation flower. Basically like a lotus flower that you step inside and then it teleports you somewhere else. And so they're fast traveling, basically, you might say. Coming out on a mission. And of course we got Chloe in the middle. She's part of the Viridian Order. One of the high-ranking people. And one of the conjurers in the area. And then you got over here, we got Levi Lorik. Basically the son of the Pokemon professor of the Crytures game, Lucas Lorik. And then we got Cade over here. He's a farm boy turned conjurer. That's why he's got a big old axe here. The axe is looking a little off, honestly. I might need to tweak that. Let's see what we can do, actually, before I really get into it. We should probably have it more like so. Whoops. There we go. No, I'm not sure if that's better, but it's not worse. So, you know, I think I know what needs to be done. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Now, last thing, I think I'm gonna just keep that like so. Then we'll use the lighting and shadows to imply the shape of her face there. With the chin and everything. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna take this. This looks like it's not really thick when it should be. So we're gonna thicken it up a tad. I want to make sure that when they're just wearing not like obvious armor, you can tell that it's like padded, like a gambeson. In fact, we should probably do more here. Make them a little thicker. Now, Cade, he's wearing boiled leather there, so we don't need to worry too much about the thickness of his clothes. That's just there for padding and to keep the actual armor off. Oh, here's another thing. This thing is not quite in perspective, right? So needs to be more like that. Like so. And then we'll make the vine around here a little more extreme in the curvature to imply a more 3D depth. Alright. I think that's close enough on the line art. And that's why I need an assistant. Because I drew this up long ago. Probably months ago. And I haven't finished this thing yet. So we're gonna turn off all the faces. So we just get this. Let's see, I'm tempted to make a shape for this guy, but you know what, they should probably both have one. Dang it. Let's see, is there... Let's see if I can pull up the symbol of the Viridian Order. I'm not sure if I have a specific image for them, but I know Julian here has the symbol on his thing, in his file right here. Let's see if we can incorporate this into it somehow. We could probably use like the leafy stuff. That kind of thing. Like so. Kind of like that. Let's see, Levi probably wouldn't have a super interesting one, so we can just go with something basic there. Give him a little bit of flair. Gonna keep getting more ornate until I stop running out of ideas. Yeah, that's close enough. You know what? I will save this for later. I'll turn that off. Now let's start laying down the colors. Now, I need the references. So you know what? Okay. I think we're situated now. Let's get Chloe and let's see. Then we got Kate here. And Levi. Levi's art is kind of old. I need to update it at some point. He's still got black outlines. Look at that. Oh, you can't see. But trust me, it's in the bottom corner of the color wheel. Pure black. Alright. Bam, bam, bam. Not a whole lot of skin on Chloe. Whoops. Some down here. Also, on her little, I don't know what you call that, her drapes. Whoops. Filling the greens there. Again, I have to mention just how nice Clip Studio Paint is when it comes to getting things filled in. There's not a whole lot of gaps usually compared to other. You know, we can probably even increase the tolerance a bit on this and make it even more filling, and not by a whole lot. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. And the hair. She has some wild hair. Last but not least, you know what, I'll just fill these in by hand. They're too small for the fill tool. Now for the staff. Lots of little nooks and crannies on the staff. This one's probably going to be a pain. Alrighty. So we got some viewers on Rumble over there. How's it going, guys? Kick is looking kind of dead, like before. Nobody in Twitch. Nobody in Odyssey, really. At least nobody currently in there. Getting into the weeds before I even laid down all the sections of color. Let's see, is this a different color? Yes. Alright, so we'll fill in the crystals here first, and then we'll go on to the vines. Not Levi. The vines. Why did I make her staff like this? Must have been dumb as hell. I guess it looks interesting, but well, if I was drawing a comic, this would not fly. I would not want to draw this freaking staff over and over and over and over again, panel by panel. We'd have to simplify this, but if it's just illustrations, I guess we can get away with it. Especially if I have help. Which I will have. Oh yeah, I forgot to open up the voice chat too. Let's do that. Alright, popping in the voice chat on the stream room in Discord. In case any of my buddies want to see that I'm online and want to hop in, chat. Alright, anything in here? Any gaps with the crystals? I don't see any. Nice. Yeah, I should probably fill out all of the colors before I actually get around to filling in the gaps and such. Levi got a lot of primary colors on him. Not sure what this right here is. That thing right there. And the lion heart is a mystery. Okay. Levi needs to have longer sleeves. This just don't, it ain't symmetrical. There. That's a little better. Actually, it needs to be like this. Just entirely because of the perspective, I guess. Give it this more extreme curve. We'll get back to adding the trim. Bam, 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 and okay, pants are the same color. I'm thinking this should be like so. There we go. And blue for the binding crystal in his hand. Not entirely sure what kind of creature would be in there, but that's something to figure out later on. Not relevant to this picture. He's got his sandy blonde hair here. It's probably the only place we use that color on him, right? Yeah. The rest is darker. Oh. I was just looking here and I was like, he's got a holster with no binding crystal. What's the problem here? Why didn't I put that in? Oh, it's in his hand. Duh. I was way ahead of myself. By the way, since Stream Elements doesn't seem to be doing its thing, I set it up last night, hoping that I could be using it today, but it doesn't seem to be doing what I thought it would. or anything at all, really. If you're here watching, there are some links in the description for the games I've made and what I'm working on. One of these being Crytures, what I'm working on right now. And if you're interested in seeing more about Crytures, there's a link to the wiki that lets you learn more about the game and some of the lore behind it. And there's also a link for the newsletter. And people who sign up to the newsletter get a little adventure module for Crytures that lets you give the game a try with the current rule set. I'd like to hear feedback on it if you can, and just have people try out and sign up and get on the mailing list and all that. There's also a link to Domain, which was the first game I published. The card game. I would see that. His holsters are full on this one, but he's got one in his hand. I wasn't thinking ahead here. But anyways, Domain is an expandable card game. So it's kind of like a collectible card game, but everything is in non-random products, so you can buy pre-constructed decks and mix and match them, and you don't have to go out of your way to spend a whole bunch of money on booster packs and stuff like that. But currently I'm not developing more sets because I'm very focused on Crytures. But if that sounds interesting to you, you can give that a try. It is based on Magic the Gathering pretty strongly, but there's a few key differences. For one thing, I fixed Mana Screw. Mana Screw, guys. And if you take a look at the card, you can probably see how I did that. It has orange binding crystals. Got his hefty lumber axe here. Always go to the home. He's got a lot of browns on him because he is a simple farm boy. But as one of my friends mentioned, how he got so much armor. How can he afford so much armor when he's a simple farm boy? Well, he's also a conjurer. Conjurers get paid very well. You need conjurers in a world where you're fighting for your life to keep out dangerous magical beasts from everywhere. Like squirrels in the attic, one might say, as another person so eloquently put it. I was streaming another time. Except these squirrels like breathe fire and whatnot. Alright, now I need to find the image of the Wayward Bloom here. Let's see. Oh, it's here somewhere. Ah, here we go. There she is. There's Chloe. Bam, 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 bam. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. And let's see. They're all very glowy. I can't really get a non-glowy selection for the whatever you call these things. Alright, now we start filling in the gaps. Like gaps on Levi here. Let's see. Now the dark green background should cover up a lot of the gaps. Probably only going to see much on very lighter areas. Or areas that are high contrast with greens. This shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Alright, I think that's it for Levi. That's pretty quick. Let's see, I went and did her staff all the way, didn't I? Yeah. So now we just need to get in the nooks and crannies of Chloe here. Need to remember to put the Viridian Order symbol on her hat there. That filled. Chloe's probably going to have the most gaps thanks to her staff and the ribbing on her clothes. Chloe is pretty decked out now that I look at her. You got quite a bit going on. Gaps, gaps, gaps. Corners, corners, corners. This is the tedious part. This is one of the things I need the assistants to do. So I don't have to do all this on straight. Doing line art's better than filling in gaps. Anyways, I think that's all. It doesn't look like he's got many gaps going on. He doesn't have many sharp corners on his design. Even here and here, they're fully filled in. That's nice. It'll save me some time. I don't like his backpack though. That's better. Alright, I think I can actually move on to the rendering now. The fun part. Part where important things happen. Alright, let's do it. This is what we do. We make it an extra layer, and we make a clipping mask. And we set it to multiply. And then, it might be a good idea to shade with a kind of bluish color. Since there's so much, warm colors in this picture. Actually, first things first. Select inverse. This is kind of obnoxious. I tried to be lazy and it made more work for me. There we go. Oh, you kidding? You know what, screw it. That should work. Then what we do is we put a clipping mask over that. Fill it with that layer. And then merge the two. There we go. We should put that underneath the other one. Actually, stand to be even lower. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now we can work on the actual rendering. Let's get that bluish color back out. Try this one. Might need to be darker. Let's try that one. Oh yeah. Need to make that one a clipping mask too. Let's see. Alright. Want to lower the opacity a bit there. Okay, I'm just sitting here thinking what this line here is for. I don't think it's for anything. Now that I'm looking at it. Let's get rid of it. You know what, it might be better if I just selected the layers that I need, or the colors sections actually. Honestly, I'm not entirely sold on the blue when it comes to the orange hair, at least. Might have to try something else. Maybe we'll try a red there. This whole thing can be in shadow here. Actually, since the whole Wayward Bloom is going to be glowing, I should probably light it from the bottom more so than anything. So, have it like so. Maybe we'll have multiple light sources.
Restream bot. Said, kick, porktopus what's up my dude. Restream bot. Said, kick, porktopus what's up my dude. Restream bot.
Uh-oh.
Said, kick,
Geronimo,
porktopus
what are
very
you
cute
doing?
drawing BOI. Restream bot. Said, kick, porktopus very cute drawing BOI. Restream bot. Said, kick, porktopus oh this is not gonna be annoying at all.
Hey there,
bot.
porktopus.
Said, kick, porktopus oh this is not gonna be annoying at all.
Let's see, how do we fix this?
Restream bot. Said, kick, porktopus big PP put the bot says what?
I can't find
bot.
the right thing.
Said, kick, porktopus big PP put the bots.
There we go. Okay, we'll just read chats manually. Oh. Dang. Okay. Hey there, porktopus. Welcome. Yes, like cavemen. I did some adjustments to the stream and what happens, everything breaks. Alright. What's going on, porktopus? I think you're the first kick chat I've had streaming to like 5 different places. So hard to keep track of it all sometimes. Forest witch. A little bit. Alright. Let's see. I need a smaller eraser. These characters are for a tabletop role-playing game I'm working on, which is basically summed up is Pokemon meets Dungeons and Dragons. So you may notice these guys have little crystal things they're carrying around. That's where they keep their D&D Pokemon, which we call Crytures, but spelled with a Y, because it's a portmanteau of crystal creatures. And now you know everything. Yes, that is where the animal slaves go. French. I would never speak French. In fact, I am mildly insulted that you would think I would speak French. I didn't even cough up a lung at you, which is obviously required when speaking French. Yeah, I'm on the wrong layer there. Oh hell, you're right, portmanteau. Well, we've appropriated it. It's English now. I'm pretty sure it's in the English dictionary, so that makes it English. I'm just gonna select everything here. Everything except the hair on this chick. Thieves? Nah. It's cultural appreciation to steal words from other languages. Sasha Grey is cooking Korean chicken on Kick. I have no idea who that is. I guess if it's on Kick, that's better than being on somewhere like what's the place called? Twitch. As a porn star, okay. That is a bit odd. I keep forgetting that this thing is going to be lit from the bottom. An all-star, the backbone of the FAP economy for an entire generation. I must have missed that one. Alright. I'll see you after you've done your thing, I guess. Whoop. Lighting on this is going to be kind of weird, just on account of having a light source from the bottom and also from the top. Kind of. So stuff towards the inside should probably be in shadow more so than anything on the outside. I guess that's how I'm going to assess things. Like that. And of course, places like this where it's just hidden from both light sources would be completely dark. And give some depth to ribbing on the clothes. You know what? I'm wondering why Geronimo flipped out like that. You know what, let's open things back up. Because I'm worried that I'm gonna miss chats. Because I ain't looking. Let's see. Speech chat. Okay, I see. Restream. Let's see. Restream is putting all the chats in all the other chats. That's why Geronimo was repeating himself constantly. I see now. I'm not sure if I can actually fix that, especially not right now. So, might just have to deal with. So in that vein, let's get the restream chat up here where I can see it. Whoops, not that. Okay, where is it? This over there and this over there. Alright. Now I should be able to see everything. That must be a new thing, because I don't think I've seen whatchamacallit, Restream do that to me before. It did not consolidate the chats, and it also did not read from Kick chats either. As far as I know. I see we still got an audience on Rumble there. Hey guys, why don't you follow me? What's up there, Anthony Cadet? Let's see. I'm troubleshooting a bit right now. Alright. I think we're ready to go. I found out what the problem was with Geronimo over here reading everybody's chats multiple times. It's something I can't fix right now. I am on Rumble. Kick is not very good about sending links. Let me see. Geronimo can't figure it out. He's in low power mode right now. He does not have a brain. He just reads chats. See, I don't think Kick has an option for Rumble in its whatchamacallits. I was talking about more like descriptions. because usually I just direct you to my descriptions. There's the Rumble channel. I'm streaming to 5 different places at once. So, you know, pick your poison. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Odyssey. If any of you even heard of Odyssey. Man is everywhere at once. Well, I'm using Restream, which lets me go up to 5 places at once. So I'm maximizing my potential. Yes. I would like to consolidate them a bit at some point, though. Not exactly fun trying to juggle things between 5 different places. Power should only belong to God. I think God has a little more power than that. Just a little bit. I think he could probably stream to as many places as he wants instead of just being limited to 5, probably. Most likely. Alright. Let's get K to paint it up over here. Don't see God stream on Facebook Marketplace. Does anybody stream on Facebook Marketplace? I didn't know you could stream on Facebook Marketplace. Not that I would. Doing Powerpuff Girls watch party. I've been thinking about doing some like a nostalgia hour on my streams, where I just get like really old stuff. Like, I actually downloaded Pee-wee's Playhouse and thought about streaming some of that just as like a warm-up for the streams. It is goofy as hell, let me tell you. Uh-oh. That ain't right. I still need to do a sing-along for In Search of the Wow Wow Wibble Woggle Wazzy Woodle Woo, which I'm sure none of y'all have heard of, because I've brought it up multiple times and nobody knows what the hell it is, except for me. Can I repeat that? In Search of the Wow Wow Wibble Woggle Wazzy Woodle Woo. If you don't know, you don't know. I mean, no shame in that. It's just the wow wow wibble woggle wazzy woodle woo is all. That's a mouthful. I wouldn't even notice. I've said it so many times. Might be some untapped potential in the dice back childhood metagame right there. I get a feeling mine was atypical. Also, it's filled with a lot of things that are older than me. Such as Pee-wee's Playhouse. And In Search of the Wow Wow Wibble Woggle Wazzy Wibble Woo. And Masters of the Universe, that's another one. Everybody knows Masters of the Universe. Anthony, you're in Rumble now. Anthony's jumping around like I can't see him. I've got all the chats on one window, you can't hide from me. I got 3 monitors. Barely enough. But enough. Alright, that should probably be like so. Let's see. Now the coif here, a very important part of Kay's design, because it really makes him look like a medieval peasant. Don't forget the legs. Whoops. The dark colors are too close to the light colors. Can't use the fill tool here. Gonna keep doing the art section pound. Yeah, see you around. Surprised Rumble doesn't seem to have an actual art section. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, section for everything but art practically. You got cat videos, they got a section for that. You're following me on mines, Anthony? Huh. You new grounds too. Well, thanks for the follows. I definitely want to get more people on mines. Or were you already following me on mines? You look kind of familiar. Okay, looks like you've been there for a while. I don't really post to Newgrounds much anymore, though. It's kind of... Got no traction there. Like, literally, I post something and nobody sees it. Same with Pixiv, that's even in my links. Thought I might get some views on Pixiv because I do anime-ish stuff. But nope. Dang, internet's too oversaturated these days. Can't get anything seen. Very important detail right there. So how are you liking mines over there? I like the general idea of it myself, but I don't know, it seems like the team is not the most competent, and it gets real frustrating sometimes when they update something and half the site breaks, and then they try to update something else before they fix the thing that they just broke. Why can't it just be good? Well, Stream Elements is putting out messages now, so I guess that's good. Something is actually functioning. Of course, it's only putting them out on Twitch. Or, how is Restream handling that, actually? It doesn't seem to be mirroring it anywhere else. Nope, only on Twitch. That's kind of annoying. We'll have to figure that out some other time. I got art to make. Gotta get this done. Been putting it off for too long. Need that assistant yesterday. I was thinking, oh, Levi's about done already, but no, I haven't only done like half. Actually, there we go. Okay, we're pretty close. Pretty close to getting into a more fun part. Once we get the shades on, we can start going to some highlights. Anthony coming over to Twitch too. My PC is really powerful to be able to stream to all these platforms at the same time. Well, it's not really my PC that's doing all the platform streaming. It streams to one platform, and then that one basically duplicates it to others. We got a service called Restream that handles that. I'm actually surprised that it's somewhat what do you call that? What the hell is that word I'm thinking of? And yeah, I'm on Odyssey. Odyssey is actually where I have the most followers. Because like Minds, it lets you do things to increase your visibility instead of just having algorithms that trap you. Restream is the thing I'm using. Restream. It's a service on the internet. It'll just duplicate your streams to other places that you set things up for. And it merges your chats too. At least, as long as it's integrated. That's the word I was looking for, integrated. As long as it's integrated with a platform to some extent, it'll duplicate your chats and consolidate them all. Thought you could only stream to 2 channels at the same time. That might be true for like free accounts. But I think I am paying for it, and with that I can get up to 5. Oh, the axe. I almost forget the axe. And the hair. Right here. Actually, most of this should probably just be in shadow. You're following me on all of them. Thanks, Anthony. Could definitely use the followers wherever they're at. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna do it like so. Not worry too much about all the actually, I keep saying that. Probably should be more like so. That'll work. Let's get this going. Alright, now I'm frantically looking around in all the different chests to see if it said anything. Oh, the crystal. We have to have crystals and crystal creatures. Can't forget a mushmouth. Alright. I think I'm ready to do some highlights finally. Might go back in and add a second shadow layer. I think for now we're good if I can stop nitpicking. Spoiler alert, I can't. Until right now. Alright. Layer 5? Yes, layer 5 is going to be the highlight layer. See you around, Anthony. Thanks for following and hanging out for a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and like what's the word? Soften the edges on all this stuff. Not quite in the Creatures style to have uh, completely cell shaded stuff. See, we got 6 viewers on Rumble now. Hi, Rumblers. Still there lurking? I'm kind of reluctant to put down actual highlights. I'm just doing reflected light the entire time. Mostly because the dual light sources are kind of throwing me for a loop. Like right there. Alright, sometimes you just have an idea and you have to give up on it. Like having this here. This wasn't working out. Alright, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where, but we're getting somewhere. Pieces just starting to come together here. I see Stream Elements is throwing stuff in the chat. To all y'all on the other platforms, don't forget to check out those links in the descriptions. We got my other games. We got links to Crytures information. We got the newsletter. For Dashbag Games. All kinds of fun stuff. Got the first game I published, Domain, like I talked about earlier in the stream. Let's see. Alright, we need a smaller brush for this little thing here. I keep forgetting that I can make my brush smaller. I'm starting to like the way I've developed to do hair shine. A little stylization I use there. I think that's making things come out pretty well, and it's not like super detailed to do. You can do it in just a few strokes in most cases. Uh-oh. Touching things over here. things that are not supposed to be touched. Let's see, Levi could use some extra highlights here. Other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to move on. Alright, time to break out the soft edged eraser. Or not so much soft edge. Opacity. Low opacity specifically. Gonna soften up the edges of these things, the highlights. And then we'll go into the shadows next. And it'll probably throw in a few of the deeper shadows. Whoops. Ah! Why is it doing that? Someplace I'm clicking that just makes it minimize. Getting annoying. You know what? Maybe I should have more peppy music so I don't fall asleep. There we go. One must fall, baby. This is more Dasmac nostalgia. From One Must Fall 2097. Old fighting game for the PC where you pilot giant robots and have cage matches with each other. Probably the first fighting game I ever played. They had a nice mode where you could like, it had like RPG elements to it. So you could upgrade, you could train your guy and your pilot, and then buy upgrades for your mech and stuff. So it wasn't just some kind of arcadey thing where you go stage by stage. Oops. Yeah, we changed the color there. This all is kind of a subtle effect, but subtle effects always add up. We'll do this, and then we'll also add color to the line art. Things like that will make it, give it a slightly more painterly look than the cartoony one. That's how you take something relatively simple and make it kind of better than you might think it should be. Alright, let's see. Where else do we need to get? Well, I wish Geronimo was working so I could have him read these stream things, or these stream elements, things that he's popping up. They're supposed to be read on stream by an actual voice, but no, you can't have things work. Alright, now we do the same thing to the shades. This will probably be more apparent than the highlights. Oh wait. This is also how they kind of do the shading in Pokemon, which is what I'm deliberately copying from them to evoke the same feel. Because I do like the Pokemon style, although many of their games these days have not been so likable. Seems like Nintendo generally has been able to avoid the garbage stuff that most companies are doing these days with their games. But Pokemon just sucks. Pokemon just can't get it right. It's not because of like any kind of woke trash that they keep putting in their games. They just suck at it. Game Freak don't know what they're doing ever since they made the switch to 3D, it seems. Also, the shift to a more story-based Pokemon type of game is not good for them. They've never been good about story, but they've tried to do more of it with their more recent games, and it's not working out for them. All the characters suck. Like Arvid. Y'all played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Freaking hate Arvid. Friends, the most whiny, entitled, worthless son you could ever have. This dude's parent is away doing research for an extended period of time, and they give him a freaking legendary dragon from a different time period to make up for it. And he's like, oh, I don't want it, I hate this thing. And it gives it away. Gives it away to like the first person that comes along. What an ungrateful douche. And of course he's made out to be like some kind of sympathetic character. I got very little sympathy for that guy. And it doesn't help that he was very annoying. And people like people seem to like, what's her name? Nimona more. But she literally had no personality. Her personality was let's fight. That's it. One dimension. Not two dimensions. One dimension. And I'm sure a lot of the old Pokemon characters, if you go back and look, they're basically the same way, but the thing is, the games were a lot lighter on story back then. It wasn't shoved in your face all the time, and they didn't have, like, ridiculously long cutscenes. Shit to sit through. And I find it very odd that the supposedly open world Pokemon game was one of the most heavy-handed when it came to like the story. It wasn't really so much open world as it was do the story in whatever order you want to. But hey, there's no level scaling either, so you're gonna have to do it in basically the same order that you would if we were actually, you know, making the game competently and didn't just rely on open worldness as a selling marketing tactic. Because we didn't want to put in the necessary roadblocks to stop you from going to the places that you're not supposed to be yet. That's my spiel. That's how I feel about it. Rant over. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see if I think of something else that annoys me. Ah, yes, the onslaught music. Good stuff, good stuff. Bad game, good music. I should play it sometime, but I'm gonna need an emulator for the Amiga, and I'm not sure where to get one of those. What do we do now? Maybe a second multiply layer? For more deeper shadows? I was talking about doing that. We'll throw a few of them on. Get an even smaller brush. I like to add this kind of second shade layer to give it a little extra depth on my pieces. When you're working in stylized stuff, especially, you want to come up with these little tricks. Don't really break the style, but let you increase the amount of detail. Without really making it more detailed, you know. Like hair is a good place to put these in. There, that just looks more deep. Gives you a better sense of, well, depth, obviously. Get some crap here too. Yeah, I'm liking how that looks. Oops. Can't fill there, unfortunately. Nice. Now I move on to the boys. You know what? I'm gonna have to go back in and soften some of these dark areas as well. Well, soften most of them, really. So I don't want to make them too small. I don't think I'll do anything on the staff specifically. Alright, it's coming along. This is where things actually start to look good. Here's where we start adding in like the special touches. So here's where I'm gonna put on the coloration for the line art. So the question is, what color do we want? Might have to go in and change it up a little bit. Let's try a very dark reddish purple. That's usually a good starting place. It looks alright in most places. I'm not seeing too many places where it's like offensive, actually. I might just leave it all like that. And of course, we'll need to do this for the faces as well. Make it match. That's Cade's face. There we go. I think it's a good time to start working on the faces. Alright, and of course, I was doing this earlier, but I really think Levi's eye needs to be more extreme in the perspective. Oh wait, I did not go back and soften the edges on this. Let's do that right meow. Let's see, where else did I, there we go. There's some. Oh, there's some on the main shades that I never got to. Let's see. Where else do we got that already? There. Alright, I think I got it all. For the most part. Alright, that should do it. Now, onto the faces. We're gonna put these each in their own folder to keep them together. Whoops. I need 100% opacity for everything now. Let's see. Need Levi eye color. Green. I do not know that off the top of my head. Never be afraid to work with references. #1 of artists that don't totally suck. Let's see. That's too dark. Get some shadows on this and we'll make it a little more bluish. Okay, we need to close that gap a tad. Let's see, how did I make his eyes look again? Alright. We'll make a second layer there. Flip it to that one and we'll go even darker. Probably be up higher for this thing. I don't think we need to get too detailed on the eyes. Sometimes I like to really get into it, but I'm going to occupy a relatively small space. We'll just leave that one as is for now. Let's do Chloe here. Chloe. Whoop. Probably should have just put down all the flats for all the different eyes at the same time. Just to save some extra switching brain power. I'm not too fond of this shape of the mouth here. We're gonna tweak it a tad. That should work. And eyes are green as well, a little more turquoise, with a lot more extra colors. Chloe specializes in earth and plant creatures. That's kind of what's her design is meant to reflect, especially in the eyes here. One thing I like to do is give conjurers more unusual types of eyes in their pupils with the more powerful of a conjurer they are. So Chloe is one of the bigger ones, so she gets some wacky pupils. Oh, looks like we got another Rumble follower. Whoever that is, thanks for following. Doesn't look like they alert you on Rumble, and that's kind of annoying. Would be nice if they alerted, but I guess they're not that far along yet with the streaming. Saw they got channel memberships and custom emojis though, so hopefully other things are not far behind. Oh dang, look at this. I did not look at this. Levi's face is all cell shaded. No softness. The hell was I doing? Can't leave it like that. Alright, that's better. Let's see. Right, working on Chloe. See, she needs a almost dark blue. There we go. Let's see, I think the highlight is more yellowish. Let's take a selection from there. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Add in the pupils, which are basically the same color as the outline and diamond shape. Because as I said before, Chloe is a fairly powerful conjurer, and that is reflected in her eyes. Let's see. We got some light orange. or the shine on the pupils. Not so sure if I like that style of shine on the eyes, though that is the same style I used there. Anyways, last but not least, let's go to Cade. Let's see. He also has kind of odd pupils, although more in coloration than anything else. I probably need to do something extra to Levi because he's kind of an older design before I really solidified that rule about conjurers having funky pupils. I keep seeing more and more places where I've missed some gaps. In fact, let's fill some of those out before I do anything else while I'm thinking about it. Probably can't even see what I'm doing on the stream itself. So small, but they bug me. Let's see. Alright. Just gonna freaking color pick right off of here to speed things up. He has a very bright pupil compared to the rest of it. The shine on Levi just don't look right. I guess that's a little better. Alright, here's the fun part where we get to start adding in effects. Oh wait, I should probably add some color to her glasses. Is she without her glasses? wondering why it was not showing up. It was a clipping mask. Don't need that. This is the tricky part, is getting the glasses, the shine on the glasses to look good while not interfering with your view of the eyes too much. Put these more in perspective. Like so. Alright, now we can start adding in the effects. Okay, so first things first, let's see. We want to select just the foreground parts, and then we're going to invert that selection. Take a yellow, fairly saturated yellow, reduce the hardness on the brush and the opacity a bit. Go to a white, saturate the bottom more. Now we're not just gonna leave it like that, because that looks kind of crappy. Let's see. We'll use a glow layer, lower the opacity a bit. Now it's starting to look kind of nice. Now we get the gist of what's actually happening here. So let's see. What else can we do? Now we can probably add in... Take a very desaturated yellow this time. We're gonna... Oh. Put some rim light on there. Especially on the edges of these things. Kind of blend in that spot where the where you can see it kind of abruptly stops, like right here. Probably should have used a little more higher opacity. Okay, what is going on with the brush? There we go. I don't know what. It's doing it again. Seems like it gets really jagged whenever I get close to the edge of the canvas. Dinsdale Piranha, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Your name sounds familiar. You must be from Mines. And that may have been his penis, but right before that, it was not his penis. It was the edge of the canvas. I'm just here putting some finishing touches on this thing before I go and probably throw on some scenery really quick. There ain't a whole lot of scenery I need to do on this one. So you get to see the picture when it's practically done already. Once again, I'm kind of off-put by how complex I made Chloe's design. Yeah, wild hair, crazy staff, lots of doodads on her clothes. Well, not so much doodads, as features. You do got them features. Alright, things are starting to look pretty glowy. Just the way we want it. Alright, I think it's time to start putting in some background stuff. Let's break out the fancy brushes. No, maybe not yet. You got no idea about art or what I'm doing, but the music is coming. Well, that's nice. Personally, I feel like the music might be putting people to sleep sometimes. Kind of feels that way for me. Let's go with that. Oops. I need to remember to put in some things back here that are not plants. We got a lot of them. Got a lot of not plants in the creatures world. Just gotta remember to use them. Being put to sleep can be nice. Now when I'm trying to be entertaining in a stream, I gotta have an active chat to get them algorithms. I think these should be a little bit lighter. Let's try and let's see, tonal correction. Up the luminosity a tad. Alright, there we go. Then we'll put another layer in the background where it's literally just this. Alright. Okay, let's see. Now we break out the fancy brush. Let's see, I got my leaf brush here. I want to start with fairly dark color. Thinking the leaves need to be a little bigger, so let's see. Brush tip, thickness. Particle size. Make it 120. Alright, now we can add in some highlights and whatnot to the trees to give them depth. Most of the trees are kind of hidden away. At least these that are kind of higher in the foreground. So let's put those in shadow. Alright, let's go back to the leaves. You know what? I should probably get rid of this little thing that I had for the palette. It's kind of getting in the way. Alright. Looks like we'll have to do most of our depth on these other trees in the back here. Just give a little bit of a suggestion there, nothing too detailed. Let's see, we might be able to put light, something of a more green light coming from the top. Let's give this a try. Make that a glow layer. All right. It looks alright on the characters, but kind of want some more contrast with the background here. So let's try. How about multiply? That does do what I wanted it to do. Then we might want to do that on let's see, on the insides of the plant here, the flower. I'm gonna add in a little value contrast here. Okay, hold on. deselect these foreground petals. Oh, hold up. I'm on the wrong layer here. Alright. I feel like we need to add a little bit of help to the extra lighting effects. We'll just put some shine in there manually. Actually, the light from the top should be coming down like so. Can't do things in one stroke. Close enough. Let's see. Alright, we're getting close to the end. I think mostly... See, I want to add in some glow between the trees. Let's see. So it can be like you see some light come through. And what else do we need? There's something else I was thinking of. Alright, glowing crystals. This is the glow phase where we make everything glow. Alright, maybe that ain't the right... There we go. We're getting somewhere. And we want to have the insides practically white. The outsides of the crystals are very saturated. I feel like I might be getting a little too complicated with this. We'll just kind of use some dark things around the edges to kind of draw attention closer to the center of the piece. A little extra contrast just so it doesn't look quite so cluttered. And we'll put some pollen in here. And then we get some white. Throw that in the center of all these. So as to create the appearance of glowing. A little tedious, but so far this is the best way I've found to do stuff like this. Tried making brushes for it and it usually just don't look that great. Be careful with my white, but white is the best color you can use for glowy bits. You put that right in the center of something and it makes it glow. That's how you do it. All the time. Oh, I think it might be close to done right now. In fact, I'm not even sure what else I need to do to it. Oh! I forgot Chloe's freckles. We can't just let that go. Whites are offensive, though. Well, I aim to offend then. Okay. Now it's time to nitpick. Where the hell is that layer? That's not the layer. That's not the layer. That's the layer. Alright, let's try beefing up the white parts of this a little bit. Yeah, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get it. It might help also if I put just a hue layer on this whole thing. Maybe not yellow. Yeah, I think that might tie the piece together color-wise a little bit better. Very subtle, but noticeable. Just shifts everything closer to red. There's not so much color contrast drawing your eye in different places. You're drawn to the important place. I think this will do it, actually. So let's hurry up and save this. And then we can save the whole image. And I can call it a night here. It's almost 11 o'clock where I'm at. I just noticed something. Hold up. There. Now I think we're good. Alright. Let's see. Alright, where am I here? So there she is. Let's see. We'll get rid of that and go back to this screen. Alrighty. Hold up. Do not save. Do not save. And that one is saved. Okay. Got a whole new illustration finished up this time. It's about time too. I've been putting that one off for too long. Let's see. Put it up here? Yeah. Yeah. I wish OBS would automatically resize things. Ah. Nice. I'm fairly happy with this. I think it gives a good sense of what I'm going for there with the Wayward Blooms, the Conjurers heading out on their expedition here. So we'll have to slap that out onto the social medias sometime. Probably not now. Not many people awake now, I'd wager. So it'd be kind of a waste. So maybe tomorrow. Or, I don't know. Do people get on social media on Sunday? I don't think they do. I hate doing this stuff, but yes, do it. So anyways, we got this finished up. We got our Keyforge deck. Sultan Eye Vibo. I will not bring on screen right now. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody who came in. Thanks for those who followed. Haven't had many followers come on for a while, but you know, we had a few today. That's nice to have. So yeah, that'll be the end of it today. And thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.